You see, it is no longer news that the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal started hearing this week.
Really?
And just this week, they have adjourned hearing 2 times.
For what? Why?
And my own is that they should not adjourn this hearing until somebody will finish his first tenure.
What?
Because I fear who no fear this country.
We don't know why it's going on.
I believe that what most Nigerians are demanding now is a proactive judicial process that will give this petition swift hearing so that we will know our stand and know those that we move on.
Yes.
And we believe that judgment can be delivered in record short time because the first 3 items in the petition, they don't need too much argument. All they need is for Supreme Court to give us correct interpretation of the law.
You get it?
Item number 1 is this issue of 25% in the FCT. And personally, I think that the people that made that law did not even understand the law that they made.
Yes!
You know, we have a lot of sleeping beauties in the house.
Hell.
Those in support of the motion say hi, hi. They don't even know what they are supporting. I've listened to some of the present and past lawmakers, especially those in the ruling camp, and they are saying the law requires you to have 25% in 25 states, that the FCT is just a state.
Funny people.
If that is what they meant, it simply means that the person that wrote that law wrote it with a wrong English. Nothing stops you from writing. For a candidate to be declared winner of Nigeria's presidential election, he must score at least 25% of total votes in 25 states. Full stop. Abuja, being the Federal Capital Territory, is recognized as a state in this regard. No confusion.
Clap for that.
But they went to go and write that a candidate must score 25% in 24 states and the FCT.
Learn a lesson.
And is a conjunction, which makes it a part and parcel of that requirement.
You get it?
It's just like me going for a show. Somebody comes to drop money and says this money is for band members and MC Jollof. Now the band members are telling me that the money is for them, that I am just optional. Immediately.
Man.
So what Nigerians are waiting for is for Supreme Court to come and interpret the meaning of "and." Hey! Nothing else. And at least if we didn't go to school, the first thing they taught us in school was pass of speech. So if their interpretation does not conform with what they taught us in school, then we'll go back and collect our school fees back.
Look at you.
No wonder anti-success of Mackenzie Comedy told us some time ago.
If you want to speak English, speak it well. If you don't know how to speak English, leave it.
Keep quiet. Let book enter your head.
Issue on the petition is the issue of double nomination.
Continue.
The new Electoral Act does not only frown at double nomination, it makes it a criminal offense that is liable to 2 years imprisonment.
He went to prison.
APC vice presidential candidate filled the form for vice president and the form for Senate in the same election cycle.
Yeah, maybe one.
But why APC are so confident is that the Nigerian law is so weak and can be easily manipulated.
Corruption.
Because the same Senate president that passed a law that criminalized double nomination was the same person that bought APC presidential form, contested the primary, lost, came back to contest Senate.
Photo.
And today, instead of him being in prison, he is in the parliament.
Nigeria is not.
Former Ebonyi State governor is another example. So now that the spotlight is on Supreme Court to give the right judgment, maybe it is not only APC that it will affect. Maybe so many certificates of returns will be returned.
Hey, Jesus.
The third item is this issue of forfeiture of funds that are related to a drug crime. And this is where it gets very interesting. This Supreme Court Justice Ariwola, in 2014, you know that when a lawyer is arguing a case, he will go and look for past cases similar to the one he's arguing that the same court has given judgment in the past. Okay. So this same Supreme Court Justice, Chief Justice of Nigeria, was a Supreme Court Justice in 2014. And in the case between federal government and Abacha's son, he defined forfeiture as loss of right, privilege, or property due to crime or failed obligation. Therefore, forfeiture means punishment for a crime committed.
That is not corruption.
So, in 2023, Nigerians are waiting for the same man to come and interpret what forfeiture means. Whether they have changed the meaning in the law dictionary without informing us.
Not lie.
Now, some APC lawyers are arguing that a judgment that was delivered in US has no relevance to the Nigerian justice system.
You say?
And I'm asking, so why did the money Hush Puppy stole in Nigeria, why is it having relevance in the UK?
May God not allow them make them.
A lawyer even said that Constitution as amended says a candidate can be disqualified if within a period of 10 years before his election, he is convicted for crime or for breaking code of conduct. So crime can expire.
Yeah!
If you commit crime after 10 years, all things will pass away and every other thing will become news.
Not be juju be that.
What a time to be a Nigerian. In fact, it's not me that are going to confuse. As I'm talking to you now, I've started studying the Nigerian Constitution.
Learn a lesson.
And I urge you to start studying it too. So that when they're speaking all this diagram, we are going to understand.
We have to
Because
rise up.
after these 3 items are addressed, then we start talking about the abracadabra that was done in the result by HINEC. All of us are going to get involved. This is our case.
You don't know.
And I think Nigerians should demand that federal government should give viewing rights to television so that they can be broadcasting the proceedings live on channels TV, NTA, Arise, so that those of us at home can be following. Because we are going to open our cup one year and chuck it inside this Supreme Court judgment.
This man.
And assuming I studied law when my friends were studying law, by now I would have been in Peter Obi's legal team.
Shut up, bro.
At least if I don't have any other work, I will be the person shouting, "Objection, my lord." Ezibote objection. Kiriya.
Mumu man.
Ibuni be manye na yangini ye. Abata di manye na yangini ye. Dekwensu na kike. Na jomo na kike. Na rushi.